What's up, guys? I hope you didn't play too much of that donkey chalk, because it was not a good day for you if you played that donkey chalk. Hey, it's a major, man, so I bet a lot of you are finding me for the first time. You should probably know that you should hang around and watch this, because you probably lost your ass this week and week long. You're trying to do some Showdown to get money back. That's a good idea, because there's a lot bigger edge at Showdown than there is at week long. But what you really need to know is I'm not like all the other shows out there, because I'm not going to give you picks. I'm going to kind of teach you the process and help you become your own man and be successful. So what I'm going to tell you is, if you like this video, maybe drop a like on it, because I'm trying to get, the numbers up. And if you really like it, maybe subscribe and come back again, because we do this every Friday and Saturday for round 3 and round 4 Showdown. But more importantly, we do Wednesday night live stream where we cover everything you need to know for week long, which would have been very useful because I basically nailed the whole top 10 on ownership, and I told you not to play that donkey chalk, Max Homa and Ryan Fox, and life would be a lot better for you if you did. I also said, hey, go all in on this. I didn't. I said, I'm going all in on this wave advantage. Hopefully you at least listened to me on the weather, because if you didn't see, the course is definitely playing about exactly even today. And then yesterday it played almost a full shot and a half for my wave better. So a full shot and a half over 2 days is incredible. So as you would imagine, I have a whole bunch of 6 of 6s. I think the 6 of 6 rate's only like 4% this week. You go over here, you can see I'm consistently around 20 to 30% depending on the contest. And honestly, if you go over here, you'll see that Webb Simpson missed the cut on the number. I would have had 9 more 6 of 6s. And if you don't know what the hell I'm looking at right here, you see this thing? This is called Cut Sweats. It's pretty fucking awesome. It tells you not only how many 6 of 6s and stuff you have, it also tells you how you're doing in your contest. And then later tonight, he'll run simulations telling you how much your lineups are worth. Like if you have a real cut sweat or a real pay sweat to see if you're going to make any real money. Probably my favorite feature. If you want to try it out, they run a promo code DGEN75, DEGEN75, all lowercase, will get you half off the first month. You should try it out using my promo code. Not a bad thing. I'm just telling you, once you try it and you play golf every week, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. So, for all of you that don't know, this video is coming to you right as round 3 is still going on. It's not even over, but I want to be the first one to get it out there because we don't have a very long turnaround before it's, fucking 7 or 8 in the morning over there, and they're already teeing off for round 3. So I want to get it out so you people can watch it. You can do some of your own analysis, and you can make some of your own picks. So there you go. And if you're not much of a YouTube guy, we'll also have this in pod form. So feel free to go check it out over there. If you leave me a 5-star review, you'll get your name on this big ass wheel right here. And every Wednesday night for that live stream, I draw for it. And if you get it, you get to make a free Millie Maker ticket with me, although every week there's not a Millie Maker. So just the main tournament, you'll get in there. Me and you make a lineup together. We split the profits 50-50. I did 10 of them this week with winners from the past few weeks, and 9 of those are currently cashing. So I'm going to be PayPaling a lot of people a lot of fucking money. Hopefully even more if the weekend runs pure for us. So that's where we're at. To get into this drawing, simply just go like this video and leave a comment down there telling me who definitely fucked you over this week at week long. That's all you got to do. And then over on Twitter, you can also go retweet and like over there, and that'll get you another drawing. Then you get in the big spinny thing. It's pretty fun on Wednesday. Jump in there. It's growing the channel. We're 2 months old. We're already pushing 1,100 strong. I appreciate all you motherfathers. I'll shut the fuck up now. I'll get going. Let's get to talking. What's the very first thing we talk about? What is the very first thing we talk about here? What is it? Come on, new guys, motherfuckers. I know you're new, but come on. This is something that a lot of people could stand to learn. It's called weather. Because if you don't know, weather shapes everything. That's how I knew to play the AM PM wave this week and picked up a shot and a half across the 2 waves. That's why I had 25 guys in my player pool make the cut, because I just chose the easier side, and it's harder to fuck up when you're in the easier draw. And now, Showdown is where we really get the weather advantage, and tomorrow does not look like it's going to disappoint. I really wish there was some rain tonight, some light sprinkles, just to soften up the course a little bit more, and literally tomorrow morning would be a smash play. But we're not going to get that. But you know what we do have? First of all, we have the super forecast. For all of you that don't know, when you're on the Weather Channel, don't go look at the forecast, because it doesn't tell the whole story. It looks all choppy and stuff. Always go over here to super forecast and then look. It gives you an hour by hour breakdown. That's what you want to be looking at. And as you can see, tomorrow morning is going to be tremendous. Furthermore, we know that mornings play softer. And furthermore, we know that those guys going out early are probably going to be the least owned outside of a few big names that people will want to get clever and play. So the way that you need to do your showdown tomorrow is you need to go find guys that are going out early in the morning, as early as possible, so they get the softest, best conditions that are not big names, okay? Like, yeah, you can go play, who was somebody that barely made the cut? Finau, right? You'd be like, oh, I'll get sneaky and play Finau, which honestly I do kind of like as a play, but there's going to be a lot of people on that play. But if you go get some slapdick that barely made the cut and he goes off in pristine conditions, you might be able to get him at 1 or 2% because people, especially on this week of a major, who aren't paying attention are just naturally going to take people at the top of the leaderboard. They're going to take people at the top of the leaderboard who are either big names or just somebody who's in T7 right now. And they're like, oh, I got to play him. He's in T7. He's playing so good. But what these people don't understand is it doesn't particularly matter if they're playing well so far or not. It just matters how they play tomorrow. And the biggest thing you can do tomorrow to give yourself a chance to be successful at Showdown is to get ownership leverage. And why would I go play Gooch, who's what is it, like T6 or something like that, when I could go play some guy who's T56, who has the exact same chance of performing tomorrow as Gooch does, but will be at 1/10 the ownership? Why would you do that? Like, that's just so stupid. So use ownership leverage to your advantage tomorrow and go find those super fucking punts down low, and that is what will win you a GPP tomorrow. If you love Rory, well, go play Rory. But, like, I'm just telling you, there might be, like, Xander down there at roughly the same price and will probably be half to third the ownership of Rory. Maybe Xander's not the best example because people have gotten a little savvy to picking guys further down the leaderboard. At least the big names they have. They still don't do it with the nobodies that they haven't heard of. So that's what it appears to be. But hey, new guy, we're adults here. We check more than one source. And look at this. Look at this. We're over here on Weather Underground. Let's see if they're going to say the same thing, because it sucks when your sources say different things. Tomorrow, this is tomorrow Saturday, over in St. Andrews, you can see nothing in the morning, and then it picks up in the afternoon. All right, let's check the Weather Channel. I've heard they do weather. Give it a quick refresh, and you can see in the morning, nothing, and then it picks up in the afternoon. So in the afternoon, those guys are going to be dealing with the windiest, crustiest conditions out there. I still would not call those conditions tough. You still might go see another 64 out of somebody like Cam Smith tomorrow afternoon. But if we're just simply playing who is going to be in the best conditions and prime to score the best, it's going to be those guys in the morning. Okay, a good example is just look at what happened today. The scoring average between the morning wave and the afternoon wave were almost exactly the same. I showed you that just a few minutes ago, but what you had to have noticed today is the vast majority of the really low scores came from the morning. Cam Smith was really about the only example of somebody who just went ham in the afternoon. Almost all of those -5s, -6s, -7s came in the morning wave, and I think you'll see a lot of that tomorrow. Even though you'll be playing the guys that haven't been playing as well through the first 2 days because, they just fucking barely made the cut, you're still going to have the guys with the potential to score the best, and you're going to get them at a discounted ownership. So please take advantage of this. All right, new guys. I'm doing this less and less every week. Contest selection, okay? You got $100 tomorrow you want to spend. Please, look at me. Look at me, new guy. Do not go put 5 lineups in this $20. It is so stupid to do that because, first of all the good players can go max enter for 150. Do you really want your 5 lineups taking on somebody else's 150 that's really good at this? No, you don't. That's a terrible spot. Furthermore, you enter your 5, and let's say one of them's really good, and you get 11th place. Out of how many people are in this? 17,000, and you get 11th place. You know what that $20 lineup gets you? $700. Get the fuck out of here. That's terrible. That is a terrible payout structure because all of the money goes to first. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you got $100, please, I know you have dreams of winning 100,000, but you ain't gonna. Not in that tournament, you're not. Go down here and check out this $100 single entry. Scroll down even further and check out the $33 single entry, the $5 single entry. Go check these out. $44 if you really want to play in one where you can enter more than one lineup that's not a single entry that you still have a chance. Check those out. That's such a better use of your money because you probably don't know this, new guy. First time finding me. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to go like this video for me. I'm trying to grow the brand. You have got to do 2 things to be successful at PGA DFS more than anything. One, we've already talked about it, it's ownership. Just what everybody else is doing, do the frickin' opposite. And number 2, contest selection. Do those 2 things, and right there, you'll be way less of a slapdick at this. I promise. I promise. All right. Let's get into it. By the way, I really want you to understand, I'm not going to give you picks here, right? I'm going to give you some things I'm looking at, maybe a couple guys that would be sneaky plays and stuff like that. But most of the good stuff, my player pool, all the things I'm looking at, that's saved over on my Patreon. It'll be linked right here in this video. I don't care if you don't want to be a part of it, but if you do, we got almost 200 members over there. It's an awesome community. It's a bunch of smart dudes who just talk about stuff, and I share way more over there. Over here, I'm just kind of teaching you the basics of how to play. Over there, we get way more in depth. You can see all the stuff. I go make another video right after this for them that's way more in depth. So if you're interested in that, come join. Shit, it's not even a week old. We're almost at 200 people. Maybe you'll like it too. All right. Things that you should be checking out tomorrow. First of all, you got to notice that not all of the round is done. So Data Golf's been doing a pretty good job of getting these updated. And if you're not sure what Data Golf is, just go over here to Data Golf and click right up here, live tournament stats right here. And it will take you to this. And you can see shots gained for all the players. And it's the only place I know that's pretty sortable and easy to look at all the statistics. So I highly encourage you to go over there and you can look at all these same stats I'm looking at. I do have a membership with Data Golf, but this is not behind the paywall. So you can use this free. First thing you want to know is who's going to be popular tomorrow. Well, I can tell you who's going to be popular tomorrow. It's going to be guys who had great rounds today and guys at the top of the leaderboard and guys that are ball striking. Those are the top three, right? So guys that are going to be super popular tomorrow: Cam Smith, Adam Scott, Victor Hovland, Tyrrell Hatton, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Dustin Johnson, Patrick Cantlay. You know how many of those guys I'm going to play? 0. And you said, what? They're all the best players. You got to play them. No, motherfather, you don't. Listen to me. When you go play those guys tomorrow, you are paying an ownership premium for what they did today. Don't go pay an ownership premium for what those guys did today. Just get off of them. You know how hard it is to have 2 great rounds, especially at a major? I know these are really good players and they're capable of doing it, but I'm just playing the odds that they probably are not going to stack 2 great rounds on top of each other. Not to mention, most of these guys that had great rounds today, Cam Smith, Adam Scott, Matthew Fitzpatrick, did it more with their putter than with anything. And that's the last thing you want to see following up a great round. Plus, these guys are all going off late because they had great rounds today. So every guy just named theirs in the top 12 or higher. So they're going to be out in the crustiest, worst conditions. So right there, just fade Fitzpatrick, Hatton, Hovland, Scott, Smith, Dustin Johnson, Cantlay. Those 7 guys, you already are off all the chalk you'll ever need to be off to worry about being successful tomorrow at Showdown. One of those guys might go smash tomorrow, okay? They might, but they could just all be average. Or maybe they'll all be good, and good's not going to be good enough to win a GPP. You're going to need 6 really good guys in your lineup to win. So I'm telling you, just look. I mean, if you love one of these guys and you're convinced they're going to go off, well, then play them. But I'm more than comfortable fading all of those guys, especially coming off of a good round, especially being in the worst conditions, and especially knowing that they're going to be super high owned. I mean, that's like the holy trinity of fuck you, I'm not playing you. That's it. That's so simple. So simple. But if you think Adam Scott's the truth and you think he's going to keep rolling the putter like God himself, well then, get out there and support the broomstick. All right. Those are guys who are going to be popular tomorrow. Other guys that'll be popular tomorrow, you can go search tee to green over here. And that, if you don't know, tee to green is just off the tee, approach, and around the green. They don't have ball striking on here, which is just off the tee and approach if you don't know. And these guys will probably be sneaky popular too. Guys like Victor Hovland's going to be popular. Justin Thomas will probably be super popular because he's ball striking the hell out of it. He's down at the bottom. And people, there's enough smart people in the Showdown industry now that especially on Saturday Showdown, somebody like Justin Thomas no longer gets overlooked. It used to be like you could go get this amazing ball striker down at the bottom and nobody would notice him. But I promise you, Justin Thomas will be noticed tomorrow. He will be played. Am I telling you not to play him? No, I still think he's a tremendous play because he'll be out in the best conditions. He can't putt any worse. And he's just due for a good round, whereas all those other guys aren't particularly due for a good round. Just my opinion. And yes, the last 2 times I did this show, I gave the one guy I'm playing, and one time was the stone cold nuts. The other time, I think it was the second nuts. So, other guys that'll be popular. Basically, you just got to look for any big name that's ball striking, and they're going to probably be popular. All right, I gave you the top 8 most popular guys. Those are guys, if you really feel strong in them, play them. But if you have any reservations, don't play. So then the question becomes, well, then who do I play? Well, I've already told you, scroll right down here to even, because even's going to be the cut, right? And just start looking at all these guys one by one, and these are the guys you want to target. You want somebody that, looks horrific in stats? Tony Finau. Did terrible. Made a 12-footer on the last one just to even make the cut on the number because he's a loser. He's the definition of donkey chalk. But if I know anything about donkey chalk, every time it manages to squeeze across the finish line, I can just see Tony Finau going crazy tomorrow. He might shoot a +6 tomorrow. I would love it if he shot a +6. But I just know, like, he'll get it figured out tomorrow and all the donkeys will get there. So Finau, he's not ball striking. He's not doing anything well, but he's going off early. He'll be low owned. And we all know Finau has like a 65 in him. He has that kind of ability. So, like, these are the kind of guys I'm looking at. And then I'm just going to start looking for anybody down here who maybe had some really good approach, or maybe somebody who dicked it off around the greens that really killed themselves, and see if anybody pops. Like Sungjae. Sungjae is a amazing looking play tomorrow. He could not putt. He could not chip. His ball striking was great. Or is this, first of all, remember, I'm looking at round 2. Okay. So we should probably be looking at all of the events so far. And let's go see what Sungjae has been up to, because I was just looking at round 2. Still, his ball striking's been great. He's been terrible on and around the green. Sungjae M is an amazing play. He'll be out early. He's a world-class talent. He'll be low-owned, and he'll be in the best conditions. I mean, what else could you want? Andre Arnis is also the same thing. Ball striking, terrible on and around the greens. Okay. Other dudes, by the way, just look at these guys going off. I would say anybody who's going off T35 or better is probably going to be far enough down that they're going to get the majority of their round in those best conditions. So the further down, the better. And remember, tomorrow there is no placement points, so don't fucking factor it in. They're all equal. You just want guys who are going to make birdies, preferably no bogeys too, and a nice streak. That would be great. Other guys to check out. First of all, let's just go sort by approach. Who's been killing it on approach so far in this tournament? Jamie Rutherford. Who the fuck is Jamie Rutherford? Well, he's been killing it on approach, and that is the number one thing correlated to good scores. Number 2 is putting. Cam Young, but we don't want to play Cam Young. He's in second. See if there's anybody else that's really popping. Kevin Kezner, great on approach. I think he just made a birdie to make the cut on the number 2, because I saw some people in the Discord blowing up over it. So I think Kezner can be a sneaky one. Plus, he just made it on the number, and I love guys who make the cut on the number. Paul Casey got some solid approach. Bobby Mack, solid approach. And by the way, make sure these guys made the cut, because this still hasn't sorted out all the guys that didn't make it. And let's go look at another one. Guys who are shitting it away around the green. Check out this Saddam K. Kawanajana. Man, his putting has been where he's been getting it done, and he's coming off a good round. But, man, he's been ball striking. I don't know if I bet he's going to I don't know. I doubt anybody. Here's a good rule. People don't like to play people that they can't say their name. So maybe he won't be very highly owned. Henrik Stenson's ball striking, but, Henrik Stenson kind of fucking sucks. Oh, he didn't even make the cut. See, this is what I'm talking about. It still has the guys who missed the cut on here. So you got to make sure you're not, like, looking at guys who missed the cut. All right, last thing you want to look at, go give it a look, is round 3 scoring. So you have round 3 scoring selected here. This is the last 12 rounds, and this is in the past year. Who's been scoring? And obviously Scotty Scheffler's up there and Matthew Fitzpatrick, because, they're fucking awesome, and they're always going to be up there. What you really want to consider are guys that kind of surprise you that they're up there. Guys that made the cut but are really good at round 3 scoring that aren't the best players in the world. And a couple guys I selected, Sebastian Munoz, Tommy Fleetwood, Sam Burns, Tony Finau. Oh, that's twice old Tony's popped up. Anybody else? Bez? Christian Bezatenhout? These are some sneaky plays that have shown a propensity when it's Saturday. They know it's moving day. They're firing up flags. They're trying to get as many birdies as possible because they don't really give a shit if they go up in flames. They're just trying to move up the leaderboard. So this is a great little thing to also factor in for some guys to consider for tomorrow. All right, let's see if there's anything else I need to go over. Let's see. One guy I'm definitely playing tomorrow, and one guy I'm definitely playing tomorrow is, that's too cheap. That's too cheap. I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Scores. The one guy I'm definitely playing tomorrow, I can't sit here and talk about these guys right down here on the cut line and then not go play one. Who is somebody who's going to get there tomorrow? Sungjae M. That is the one guy I'm definitely playing tomorrow. And one guy I'm definitely fading tomorrow, well, seeing he's all over my week long because he was in the good wave that I played, and he's coming off 5 strokes gained putting, and he's going out last, he might kill it again tomorrow because he's a fucking killer, Cam Smith. But I'll happily fade him because I bet he'll be 30% owned tomorrow. So no thank you. That's it. That's what we got. I gave you some sleepers. I gave you some pivots. I gave you some stats to look at. I will be back tonight with a prize picks video. If you like to do the sports gambling, I think there's going to be a big edge to be had finding some of those odds, especially early in the morning with the guys getting out on the course when it's easy. So check that out. Also, make sure to be back tomorrow for round 4 showdown of the Showdown Hoedown because we do this every Friday and Saturday. and be here Wednesday for the stream. That motherfucker stream is blowing up. We keep like 250 people in here. We got Q&A. We got the big drawing, which, by the way, don't forget to go like this video and leave me a comment. Who's the one guy that fucked over your week-long lineups? And put your Twitter handle down there, right? So that I can make sure to, that's how we put names up here, is from your Twitter handle. So do that. And if you're interested, go check out the Patreon. If you have any questions, just DM me on Twitter. All right, guys. I think that's it. Good luck tomorrow. Get that money back. The advantage at Showdown is so much more real than the advantage at week long, because week long's fucking hard. So good luck to you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.